Great practical joke, Jim. Got me go to the annex.
What's going on?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy TOBBQ here with another music review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a pretty anticipated album for me, God Said No by Omar Apollo. Omar Apollo? Now, depending on how long you've been watching the channel, you might know that I've come across a few Omar Apollo songs. I reviewed a single last year that was recommended to me, and he also popped up in a Kaliuchi's album that I reviewed. And I did get a request to listen to some of his solo projects. Obviously, I didn't get to that on the channel, but I have been able to listen on my own time, and I've enjoyed his work. So I've been really excited to, make this video and experience a new album with you guys. Now, I've heard a few songs on this album, specifically Spite and Dispose of Me. I think those were the two big singles. I think a third one was released, but I didn't take a listen to it because I generally prefer to experience as much new music as possible when listening to an album. So it doesn't feel like I'm being slighted, I guess, by not having new songs to listen to. So I have a taste. I don't know if those singles are really going to dictate the entire sound of the album, but I really like the two singles that came out, and I'm really excited to see the other 12 tracks. I've been a mild Omar fan for a little bit. I'm actually going to see him in concert this summer, so I'm very excited to, I guess, in a way, prepare for that by listening to this album. But yeah, I would say I've been a more recent fan within the last year of just being exposed to him more. I remember watching his Tiny Desk a few months ago, and I was absolutely blown away. His vocals are so impressive, and I really feel like he just puts his soul into his music. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Okay, let's just jump right in and see why God said no. We have our first track called Be Careful With Me. Ooh.
Sometimes I think we cross the line. You can't release me, I'll be fine, I guess.
Oh, I love his little dueling voices.
I try to be someone you like, but it's just too much compromise.
That's facts.
Be careful with me.
I did not expect it to kick in like that.
You gon' run away, can't take the pressure. No matter the space, don't feel it lesser.
And it feels like he's using his more authentic voice in this verse. The first verse was like a little distorted or different in a way.
You're mine. You said it often. You come across this. It's hard to let it go. It's hard to let you go.
I think that's a cajon, like the box that you hit. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Bringing back some of that storminess that we heard in the beginning. Ooh. Oh, I like the tail end of that. That's really cool. I like that a lot as an intro track. And knowing the song that's coming next, it's going to be an interesting change of flavor. But as I said, everything feels very intimate. It feels very personal with him. His voice is incredibly soothing. It's incredibly calming. And lyrically, I feel like that one kind of hit. I forget the words exactly, but it was something along the lines of I tried to be more of what you wanted, but I couldn't compromise who I was. And I feel like that's pretty relevant to love these days. Trying to compromise and offer your partner what they need, but not crossing that line of losing who you are. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of growth you can experience in a relationship. Finding those compromises, being the person that your person needs helps you grow into a better person. But if that infringes on your values or things that make you inherently you, it's a little tricky. Let's just keep going. I know I'm gonna enjoy this song, probably gonna dance to it. It's just too good.
I don't wanna hit you back on purpose. Never said that I acted perfect. I like you.
Bro, his voice is just awesome, man.
It's been nice cause I know that you like it. You like it.
And the synth starts to creep in a little bit. I like how it accompanies the track.
Why you gotta run every night? 50K
oohs come in. With that synth going on. See, I don't hear that stuff all the time. So I really like that. Ooh. Sometimes when you listen on a speaker, it's kind of like mono, but having this stereo function is just.
Why you gotta run every night? 50K, I spend it out of spite. Every time I see you on my phone, hate that I still need you in my life. So I'm standing slowly in the face. Passport's getting dirty, need a case. You're the only place I wanna go. I still wanna take you on a date.
I ain't never felt that vibration before. It's like fuzzy. I like it. I love that song a lot. I've been enjoying it a lot throughout the early parts of this year. Just very catchy. Dancing to it, I didn't realize like how slow of a tempo it kind of was, but playing it in the car has been a lot of fun, just driving with the windows down. But yeah, it was really cool to discover more elements to the song that I didn't really consciously notice listening on like a speaker or in my car. That's why we invest. All right, let's take a look at track 3, Less of You. I think this was the 3rd single that dropped. Again, I didn't listen to it. I wanted to experience it for the first time new here with you guys. I really don't know what it can sound like. I know Spite was more upbeat. Dispose of Me was a little bit slower. So I don't know where this one's going to land, but it's probably going to be fire. Whoa. Okay, I was not expecting this. Kind of like 80s and like dancey. All right. I'm gonna lock in.
Is this the last time I see you? Now you won't bet me tonight.
Whoa, man, this is cool.
I wish it didn't have to be true.
Like I feel like I'm in a 80s rave right now. Ooh.
That's not fair.
His voice. Oh, hell yeah. This shit's kind of trippy. I like it though. Transient.
We were just in London obsessing. Now you say nothing at all. I wish it didn't have to be true. Was last night the end of me and you?
Ooh.
Oh, that's not fair. I can't let you go. See you everywhere. Am I depressing you?
I feel like the gay homies are gonna eat this one up. You'll be voguing to this shit. Ooh. Ooh, I like that a lot. Holy shit, dude. I was not expecting that. It almost made me feel like I was like a model walking down a runway. Damn it, I need to go record that now. That was a lot of fun though. Did not expect it to, one, be super upbeat like that, because I feel like he tends to go more the slow like R&B route. And two, just the 80s like smidge of new wave thrown in there, you know, which I know is like a very popular genre with the gays. So maybe he's just paying homage to that, you know, because he himself is a gay icon. That was just super cool. That was so unexpected. It has me wondering if like that's the overall tone of this album. I have no idea. I have genuinely no idea where this is going to go. Very, very fun though. I can't wait to dance to this.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so I'm back from dancing and I just realized that song reminded me a little bit of that challenge on TikTok where kids are asking their parents to dance to like this 80s sounding song, and then all the parents just busted out their like old 80s moves. I feel like that's what was coming out of my body right there. Anyway, fun song. All right, track 4, we have Done With You. Ooh, not the strings. With that little guitar. I'm already digging this.
Used to talk about you and I. Really in your life. Used to miss you when you're gone.
Ooh, that little distortion. Oh.
A message on your phone. Yeah.
Now we got some of the sax, it sounds like. And that bass line. Oh my god, this song is fire.
So done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, done. I'm done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, done. I'm so done with you, done
Not the horns.
done with you, done. I'm done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, done. Yeah, won't you please just let me go? I'd be better off alone. I'm still wearing all your clothes. Let me go, let me go. Love don't make it right.
Bro, you got better bitches.
Oh.
I'm so done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, done. I'm done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, done. Yeah.
Holy immaculate. Holy immaculate. I have this feeling that it's going to be my favorite. Shouldn't come as a surprise. Any song that is going to implement horns and guitars and all that shit, just those sounds, it has my adoration immediately. I want to see who produced that. Because if someone produced it that I know, it'll make sense. And if someone produced that I don't know, I'm going to try and follow their work more closely. We got Carter Lang, Grammy nominated producer. Helped produce Control. Theo Halm, Omar himself, Blake Slatkin, working with Lil Nas X, Kid Laroi, okay, and Sir Dylan. Yeah, man, that was hard. That song gets was it five booms?
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 booms.
That song was absolutely fantastic. When the strings were in the beginning, I was hoping that wouldn't just be the intro, that somehow that older sound would permeate throughout the rest of the track. And they didn't really bring the strings back, but they brought back the horns and the saxes, and even that bass. That bass was fucking bassin', bro. All right, track 5, we have Plain Trees featuring Mustafa.
How could we be dying if we're lying down?
Oh, I thought I heard a little something in the background.
And now we breathe. We still breathe.
Ooh, that harmony. Oh my goodness.
Slow, so slow. Our presence.
Do you hear the amp? You hear the amp a little bit? I feel like it's getting ready.
How could we be smiling?
Back with the strings.
If we're upside down, without words, now we breathe, still breathe. How many hours till the sky?
I was wondering when he was gonna come in.
Open arms will open doors again. What is a friend? We're laying on the ground until we feel the cries beneath us. And what stays between us are the words we look to that won't ever reach us. Slow, so
Wow, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. All right, we'll go. Whoa. We weren't ready for that. We're not ready for that yet. I'm gonna need to listen to this Mustafa guy on my own because he had an insane voice. I still can't tell if Omar was like harmonizing with himself throughout the majority of that song or if Mustafa was kind of the backup vocal to that. But whether it was just Omar or the both of them together, it sounded like absolutely beautiful. I thought that the guitars were going to jump to the front at the peak of that song, but not mad that it didn't. As I just said, like, I love orchestra. Strings are a really great way to create such a powerful and emotional like crescendo in a song. So I actually thought that was really, really tasteful. So the friend that I'm actually going to see this concert with is a big fan of the slower, like really emotional songs, and I have a feeling this is going to be his favorite one. So we shall see. I'll keep you posted when we see it live, and maybe he'll cry tears. I don't know. That's definitely a song that I would not skip. I don't know if I could listen to it in isolation just because I'm not like geared to listen to slow songs, but absolutely beautiful in like what we're moving through right now. I'm going to jump back to the end to play the last few seconds because it kind of, well, drifted into track 6, Drifting. Am I hearing like a little mini organ in the background? I'm trying to relate this to something I've heard before, but I'm just gonna let it ride. I don't know if it's because I'm hearing the organ, but this has a spiritual nature to it. It's like clubby, but not clubby, you know? I love all the little things in the underbelly that are pushing the tempo. Like this particular sound in the voice reminds me just a lot of like early 2000s like ambient like club music kind of, but not like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm struggling. Maybe Moby is the right comparison. I don't know. I don't want to like try and compare everything to something else. I have a tendency to do that. Ooh. I would have liked to get this a little bit earlier. Help me out with that one. What do you guys feel about that track? Let me know. It gives me like 2000s vibes. Back in the day, whatever music sounded like that, they just labeled it as like electronic because there were sounds that you couldn't really create with instruments. I really am having a hard time describing what I'm relating it to, but I'm hoping that most of you guys kind of catch my drift on that. Wow. I promise I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I hope you catch my vibe in what I'm trying to like articulate. It was a cool song though. Again, I was not expecting that. The cadence of that was a little surprising. All right, now we have track 7 called Empty. This melody's reminding me of like Legend of Zelda a little bit. In a great way. Not the Spanish.
Hace unos meses que te vi, que me dices ya no existes, me dejaste vacío, hueco y vacío. Cantando en otro lenguaje pa' que no me entiendes. No quiero que sepas cuánto me duele. No quiero verte. Quiero tenerte todos los días. Todos los días.
Holy shit. I just said I don't like slow songs, but I like that one a lot. Wow. Dios dijo no, pero yo dije sí. Por favor. I was a little curious when he was gonna bust out the Spanish, and it came when I least expected it. All right, I caught a little bit of the Spanish in real time, but we're gonna have to do a little breakdown for my non-Spanish speakers out there, acting as if I'm a native Spanish speaker. I am not, but there you go. A lot of people wanted to see the lyrics to that one. Yo te envío amor de aquí, no dejo de pensar en ti. I think something like, I send you love from here, maybe. I can't stop thinking about you. Hace unos meses que te vi, que me viste, ya no existes. It's been a few months since I've seen you and you've seen me and you already don't exist. Damn. Right. You left me empty, hollowed and empty. Me dejaste vacío, hueco y vacío. So he's just saying the same thing twice, just in different languages. So you left me empty, me dejaste vacío, hollowed and empty, hueco y vacío. Okay, let's see if I can get this one. Cantando en otro lenguaje pa' que no me entiendes. Oh shit. Okay. Singing in a different language so you can't understand me, meaning like if the dude's listening to this song, he won't be able to understand that part. Damn, dude. All right. No quiero que sepas cuánto me duele. No quiero verte, quiero tenerte. Todos los días, todos los días. Okay, so I don't want you to know how much it hurt me. I don't want to see you. I want to have you every day, every day. Dang. So it's like mixed emotions. Okay, no more Spanish. That was an emotional banger. Beautiful string accompaniment though. Absolutely loved it. I'm not typically geared to listen to slow songs. Like I tend to lean more towards the upbeat. Shocker. But that one, for some reason, just struck a chord and
Probably A minor.
really liked it a lot, even though it was sad as fuck. All right, track 8, Life's Unfair.
Did something real bad.
Okay. Nice
Don't
bass.
think it can wait. It don't break my love for you, but yours for me might change.
Is this gonna pick up?
The way kept me from you.
I'm loving the ebb and the flow of this album. We're going into like the sad shit, the soft shit, then we're jumping back into the yeah, it's a vibe.
I'm not sure what to do. If you're taking this reckless, if you're taking
Loving the beat and the rhythm. Just it's so simple, but just whoa, whatever's happening right there, I like it. I like those little. Oh man, I'm so excited to watch this guy perform live.
I swear, life's unfair.
Ooh, so angelic. That little 3-note thing, so 80s. The 80s really came back. It's insane. just the influences, they're scattered throughout music today. It's just so beautiful. I just love how the emotions are the same, but as far as the conveying of emotions or the mediums in which he's conveying those emotions, they're changing. There's the really slow songs, and then there's these exciting songs. I don't know if that's the right word, but the sentiment is still like similar all around the same, and it's like he's trying to process these emotions like in a bunch of different ways. I'm loving that so much. And like I said, dude, the 80s have been back. Chappell Roan, she time traveled from the 80s. But yeah, I feel like so many stars, so many musicians these days are really like recycling and incorporating like these elements that were very prominent in the 80s, and I'm absolutely loving it because it was a great era for music. It's just so tasteful and it's so subtle, and I'm loving it. All right, track 9, Against Me. Now this is a little different.
Ride around with my bitch, ride around, hand on my dick. He grabbing the door that's saying I drive too quick, saying he don't drive stick, wanna ride my dick. I cannot act like I'm average. You know that I am the baddest bitch. I got my trunk, I be traveling. Swear I used to be more intimate, but have you heard? I chase so much, but have you heard?
Love a little guitar in the back. No surprise.
Used to be fucking you way back in May. Like the bands, you used to say that I taught you straight. Eminem, I got cherries on my fleece, leaving stains out on my jeans. And I like the way you speak, swear I leave before you leave. And from BC, betting against me.
But here we are with another vibe switch. I'm digging it.
Don't hold it against me.
That's pretty cool. Like that. All right, so he was getting a little bit of like a hip hop bag. I'd say it's still more like on the R&B side, but again, like I was saying, just a different flavor, like just a different switch up, and it's making the album very interesting for me personally because I love a range of sounds. He was talking his shit a little bit too, you know, throwing out a few little bars, so I thought that was a good little addition to the album. Track 10, we got While You Can.
Stop acting like I would leave this, just no way. Keep your arms around me, baby, please exhaust me. I don't wanna get
His falsetto is just...
hold me while you can, hold me while you can.
Ooh, got a little flute. Okay.
And I won't be by your side like I said I would. Who am I? Tell you when I was collide. I'm on standby. All I wanted was you to be free, free, free. I won't be right here. And I won't be by your side like I said I would.
It's an interesting vibrato on the flute. I like it. This is all vocal gymnastics, man. He's just so talented. There's just such like richness in his voice, and he's not even struggling to hit any of these notes. Like he's just bodying every single one. So impressive. All right, track 11, Dispose of Me. I've listened to it a few times. A really good track, and excited to see how that kind of flows into the rest of this album. I don't know if this is in 6/8, but it kind of feels like it.
Making me feel insecure about things I ain't thought about in years. You're bringing out my fears. You're as gentle as my body just won't forget.
Yeah, I think it is in 6/8 because it has that really like that swing.
It don't matter if it's 25 years, 25 months.
Oh,
It don't matter if it's 25 days. It was real love.
give me that falsetto.
We got too much history.
Yeah, that blank space is just so. Oh. Such a beautiful song. I keep saying beautiful, but that's what this music is. And this part fascinates me because it's like, is it a guitar or is it his voice? Could be either. Oh, that's a guitar. It sounded like though his voice was kind of distorted, like it blended, like transition. I feel like that song is very, very like Omar coded. You know, just very, very similar to like his OG sound. I like how he threw that in there while giving us new stuff. And I like in the chorus how he goes from like 25 years, 25 months, 25 days, and then he goes in reverse, 25 days, 25 months, 25 years. All right, track 12, How.
When it gave me that bliss, spring it got up and left. I spent a summer by myself, wonder why my years still ain't really hit. Used to be in
It's just so cool listening to him sing twice, like one in each ear.
No phones unanswered. How you keep living that lie you do? How are you living your life?
Whoa.
'Cause I ain't been doing alright here. House need renovations, spending bread on vacations, loving you naive, maybe way too patient. Stop acting like you've been there, you don't know me. Talking about what you don't know.
Like that little beat break. That's tough.
Child, this the way you acting, bringing back the old me.
And this is just so different too. Again, we're just getting so many different flavors, man. I love it. Very intriguing. I don't know how to describe that one either. Whatever that like in your face synth was felt like kind of early 2010s in a way. That definitely feels like a album role player. You know, it's not going to be the star of the album, but it serves the purpose and ultimately contributes to the artistry of the entire project. So I thought that was cool. All right, track 13. Pedro. Now, I think some of you probably were looking at this the first time you saw it in the same way that I'm looking at it right now. There was speculation, and maybe it's not my place to talk about it, but there was speculation that Pedro Pascal and Omar, you know, had like a little thing on the side, or maybe not even on the side. There's just a big question mark around that. For some of you, you might think there's not a question mark and it's just obvious, but like the fact that there's a song called Pedro is a little suspicious. And I'm very curious to know what exactly this is. It's 2.5 minutes. Is it going to be a song? Is it going to be an interlude with Pedro Pascal talking? Is it even about Pedro Pascal? I don't know. But that's a little curious. Well, there's only one way to find out what it's about.
If matters was a man, but you trade me for your legs.
Very up close and personal.
With a magnitude, it takes me to a better view.
Okay, I'm not sure how to start this. I remember I finished the job and I was too scared to go back to the US. It was like second wave COVID in Europe. And I was going from Budapest to Switzerland. I had had an incredible time on a job, but my heart was pretty shattered by something. I think it must have been Lucerne. I remember thinking the saying, like, it brought me to my knees, and it was this sort of residential area, and I remember just literally being kind of brought to my knees by a park bench. And I remember asking the park bench to come alive and save me, because I didn't feel like there was kind of any moment past that moment. But there was. I can't believe I'm sending you this.
Whoa. I don't know what to make of that. It's a very personal story from Pedro Pascal. And a lot of people looked up the lyrics to this one. If Meadows was a man, would you trade me for your land? Mine still have a misty dew, something I can offer you. If I could get the chance, would you train me with your hands? Hold me with the magnitude that takes me to a better view. Too scared to go back to the US. Heart shattered. So like maybe he was in love with somebody and got his heart broken or something. It's so cryptic. Lucerne, I think, is the name of a city in Switzerland. So he's walking around the city and he was brought to his knees. Was it the fact that he felt like calm in this place, or because his heart was in pieces? Oh my God, this is so cryptic. I don't think this leaves us anything to speculate. And granted, we have no room to at the end of the day. I just remember seeing, like, you know, so much news about them hanging out, and it would make sense that if there isn't romantic reasons, like that they were just collaborating on this effort. They could just be friends. Who knows? But I always appreciate a good interlude. And I think that with Omar being someone who's so intimate and personal with his music, having Pedro share that story felt just as intimate and personal, and just added another dimension to this album. So I really like that. I'm curious to know how that kind of flows into this last track here. I'm a little sad that this is over because I've been really enjoying this. Track 14, Glow.
If grief could burn us out, we turn to coal. There's someone in your life that heals your wounds. Remembered I'm awake, 'cause I forgot we're silent like the trees. A silent subtlety for only you and me. You and
Love that piano run. Sounds like John Legend or something.
I've been ignorant, I could be like that. We don't conversate, we just burn our backs. Let it go to hell, you can hold my hand. Brace yourself while the pull the set. Before you leave, give me one more dance. Before you leave, give me one more dance. Give me one more dance before you go. Before you go.
Oh my God. Ooh. Wow. I feel like I just ascended.
Hacía como un palo de madera, como si fuera una cuchara grande así. Sí, y sacaban la de esa espátula que mi papá hacía de pura madera.
Makes me wonder if this is like his mom or something.
Y así pues se acomodaban adentro.
That was a very peaceful ending. A beautiful way to wrap up the album. I do think it would have been interesting if Pedro was the last track and just kind of ended on that interlude. I can't believe I'm like sharing this with you and then it cuts like that. That would be kind of interesting and like ambiguous in a way. But this song, this ending was very, very beautiful and a nice bow to wrap up the album. Now, I want to take a look though at the conversation that he's having with who I'm going to assume is his mom. I mean, we might not know. Sí, como un palo de madera, como si fuera una cuchara grande así. So it was like something made of wood, like a spoon, like a big spoon, and they would run out on both sides, on all sides. And my mom used to make the masa, which is like the dough for tortillas. She would take the masa, make gorditas out of them in the oven, which were really good, and there was no comparison to them. Las problemas, uña. I don't know if this is typed out properly, but something about like leaves, and there was nothing to do it with. You had to cut the leaves and clean them and like wash them well, and then they put the dough here. So maybe they're making like tamales, like in the leaves. So then with the spatula that my dad made out of pure wood, they put it in the oven and finished it inside. Okay, I don't know. I'm sure if I was Mexican, I would understand what's being referred to here, not only from a language standpoint, but also from a food standpoint. My intuition says tamal because they were talking about like putting the masa in the leaves, but they also said they're putting gorditas in the oven, which is kind of like a fat tortilla, but gorditas are also like an affectionate name for like a little chunky thing. So it could be about tamales, but I'm not really sure. Either way, it seems like a familial conversation that's being had, and I think that's always like a tender way to make an album feel even more personal than it already is. That said, God said no, but I said yes, and this is a fantastic album. I really, really like it. In the work that I've heard from Omar, the personability, the intimacy has always been there. I think most artists strive to do that, but it feels so effortless coming from him. And even like I mentioned in his Tiny Desk, you could sense like how much emotion he was putting into his performance. And I think that's evident here with another one of his projects. And the things he talks about in tandem with a lot of the tones and the instrumentals that follow, it just feels so personal. You're right there in the room with him, almost having a conversation with him. And I love that. I absolutely love that. It's very moving from a vibe standpoint or production standpoint. I thought it was very, very cool. I liked how it went through a range of different sounds throughout the album, especially like the alternations between the slow and faster songs. I thought that was a great way to keep me engaged, keep me going. But it definitely spans a range of influences and genres, and I really like that a lot. It stays true to him. You know, there's a native sound that he has, but I like how he was not afraid to kind of explore beyond that. I had just listened to Lucky Day's album, which will be coming after this one, and I think the same thing kind of happened there. There was no fear to explore beyond the original sound, but there was still a maintaining of that original sound of the artist. Sometimes when you go too far from like what you've done, you know, it might frustrate people, and I think this was a really balanced approach of just exploring more, but also staying true to self. I really loved it a lot, and I'm definitely going to give it a few more listens. I would not be surprised if this ends up in my albums of the year video, but I would say without a doubt, by the fourth song, I was ready to go to this concert. I'm just excited to see how he pulls all of this off in person, especially because a lot of his singing is like dual or triple voice, you know, just vocal layering. And yeah, singers have backup singers, but it'll just be cool to see how like that's all pulled off in person. I can't wait. I'm pumped. I know it's been a minute since I posted, so it's always good to know when artists who I've been following like drop new work, and it gets really exciting to kind of immerse myself into their new album and put my heart into editing and creating something that's reflective of their effort. So having an album this emotional and this intimate is only pushing me to make it a more immersive and personal experience for you guys. Cannot wait to get that part started. As always, let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about the album? What were the songs that stood out for you? And, you know, of course, if there's any music that you think I'd really enjoy listening to, you know, my own time, let me know. And maybe I'll even cover it on the channel. But again, I'm just here to expand my horizons and listen to new stuff whenever I have the opportunity. So I was really glad to be super intentional with Omar here and experience one of his albums for the first time with you guys. Thanks for watching the video, guys. This has been TOBBQ. Stay real and stay you. Pedro and Omar, though, they definitely fucking all right.